So this is about 4.3, how to predict the ions and from the soluble compounds to form precipitates. So what you will do, first you will have to construct a formula. You have already learned about constructing a formula. If the formulas are given, it's value added. So potassium iodide, I'll just quickly recall how to construct the formula. So potassium symbol is K and iodide symbol is I. Then look for the group number. So group number will give you the charge. It is from group 1, the charge is +1. This is from group number 17, so it's -1. So group 1. So and then ignore the signs and cross multiply. So formula is Ki. Then you have silver nitrate. Silver stands for Ag and nitrate is for NO3. Silver has a fixed charge of +1. Nitrate has -1. This is a polyatomic ion. Ignore the charges and then cross multiply. So you have AgNO3. So K plus AgNO3, they said aqueous solution. So you have both of them as solutions. Now what you have to do, you have to assign them a charge. Always remember the first part is a metal and it will be positive, and the second part will be the negative. So +1, -1, Ag is +1, nitrate is -1. So you have to assign them the charges. Once you have assigned them the charges, then you're gonna switch the place of the negatives. It's easy to fix one of them, so I have fixed the positives. So now K with NO3 and plus you have AgI. So positive will come first always. So K has gone with NO3. So what will be the right formula? K has a charge of +1 and NO3 has a charge of -1. Ignore the charges and cross multiply. I'm getting this. Then Ag has gone with I. So Ag was +1 and I was -1. And here you go. Now you have to tell the states to predict if the precipitate has been formed or not. Now look here. Sorry, I don't know what I have done. All right, here you go. KNO3, look for NO3. NO3 says all are soluble and there is no exception. So this is my aqueous. It will stay as in the solution. AgI, you have to look for negative part, which is Ag, which is I minus. So I minus, they are soluble. Exceptions when they are with Ag plus. Now you can see it's with Ag, which is insoluble. Insoluble means it's gonna be solid. Whenever they say insoluble, it's gonna be a precipitate. So you have now predicted the product. So this is a precipitation reaction. Now let's try the next one. Ammonium phosphate. So ammonium is a polyatomic ion, Ag NH4 plus, and phosphate is PO4 3 minus. So +1 and PO4 is -3. A list of polyatomic ions will be given to you. So it is NH4 3 PO4 plus sodium. Sodium is in group 1, so +1. Sulfate has a charge of -2, crisscross, and Na2SO4. They said aqueous, so they are aqueous. So here you go. So again, assign them the charges. You already saw ammonium has charge of +1, a phosphate has -3, sodium has +1, sulfate has -2. So I would suggest you to assign them the correct charges from the beginning itself so that you don't have to struggle, and then switch the ions, the negative and the positive. So NH4 is with SO4 plus Na, just copy the atoms. This is polyatomic, so treat it as a 1 unit, and PO4. Now you have to make a correct formulas. NH4 has gone with SO4. What is the charge on Na plus? Na4 it's plus, NH4 is +1 and SO4 is -2. Crisscross, so you have NH4 twice, all right? And Na with PO4, Na has a charge of +1 as you can see up, and PO4 has a charge of -3. Ignore the charges, crisscross. So you have Na3 and PO4. Once you have identify the product, correct formulas, and then predict their states. Now you have to look negative ions, sulfate. So where is my sulfate here? Sulfate is here. They are soluble. When sulfate is with any one of them, it's insoluble, but it's ammonium, so it is soluble, so it's aqueous. On the other hand, you have PO4. PO4 are insoluble, but they are soluble if they are with Na. So this is gonna be my aqueous. So here there is no formation of a precipitate. So it's not a precipitation reaction. It's not a precipitation reaction. Now I want you to pause the video and try out the next one. Aluminium chloride. Aluminium chloride. Aluminium from group 13, so +3. Chloride from group 17, so -1. Ignore the charges and you have AlCl3 plus sodium hydroxide. Na hydroxide is OH. OH is again a polyatomic ion. Na is +1, OH is -1, cross multiply, and you have NaOH. So it's a solution again, aqueous, aqueous, then assign them the charges, +3, -1, +1, -1, switch the negatives. So I'm repeating the same thing. So you have AlOH plus NaCl. You have to confirm the correct formulas. So construct the formulas Al and OH. Al has a charge of +3 and OH has a charge of -1. Ignore the charges and you have Al and OH twice. So you have OH3 and NaCl, NaCl. So Na is +1, Cl is -1, crisscross. So NaCl. Now you have to, now I will introduce the balancing. Once you have correctly, so formula is correct. Now I will take you to the next step, balancing. Once you have correctly identified the product, then balancing is important. So you have 3 OH here, but I have 1 OH here. So, and keep polyatomic ion as polyatomic. So treat it as 1 unit. So I have 3 units. I have 3 units here. So I need 3 units on the other side. So 3. And then I have got Al1, Al1, Cl3. I have 1 Cl here, so I'll put 3 here. So you can see here there are 3 Cls. Okay, now let's check. Al1. Let me change the color. Al is 1. Al is 1. Cl3. You can see the 3 Cls. 3 Na. 3 Na. 3 OH. 3 OH. So, and so you have to now identify the states, physical state. AlOH3. So you have to look at OH. They are insoluble. But when they are with, now it's with Al. So Al is not here. So it means they are soluble. Sorry, insoluble. So this is going to be a precipitate. So you will write it as solid. NaCl. So Cl is here. And all Cls are soluble except these ones. So this is going to be my aqueous. Now next one, you can try it yourself. I'll take now chemical equations. Oh, there's a mistake. It should be NH. It should be this way. All right, now they have given you the chemical formulas. As I told you, assign them the charges. It's polyatomic ion, so plus 1 sulfate is -2, barium is in group 2. So +2, chlorine is in group 17, so -1. Now you need to know, switch the negatives. So NH4 has gone with Cl plus Ba has gone with SO4. Now you have to write the correct formulas. NH4Cl. NH4 is +1 and Cl is -1. Both are 1 and 1, so NH4Cl is my correct formula. Barium sulfate. Barium has a charge of +2. Sulfate has a charge of -2. You can simplify them, 1:1. So formula is BaSO4. Then look at the balancing. You have NH4 2 times. I told you keep NH4 as 1 unit. So you have 2 units here, so put 2 in the front. Now you have NH4 twice, SO4 once. So you have SO4 once, 1 barium, 2 chlorine. So you can see here this 2 chlorine. Now finally predict the states. So NH4Cl. So Cl is here and you can say it is soluble, and none of them is, NH4 is not exception. So this is gonna be my aqueous. Then my sulfate, it's soluble but it is with barium, so it is insoluble. So it will be my precipitate. So it's gonna be my solid. Then next comes again, assign the charges. Group 1 +1. If it's monatomic ion, not a problem. Group 16 -2. So nickel, you have to remember it's +2. Sulfate, it's -2. Now switch the negatives. So you're gonna write your product, which is, I'll write here, Na. Don't copy the subscripts as long as it's not polyatomic ion. So Na has gone with SO4 and Ni has gone with S. Construct the right formulas. Na has a charge of +1. Sulfate has a charge of -2. Cross out the signs. So Na2SO4. Nickel sulfide. Nickel has a charge of +2. Sulfide has a charge of -2. Simplify. So 1:1. Now balance the equation. So 2Na, 1 sulfate, 1 sulfate, 1 nickel, 1 nickel, 1 sulfide, 1 sulfide. Now assign them the physical states. So Na2SO4, SO4 is here. They are soluble when they are with, so it's soluble, so it's not an exception. So it's gonna be aqueous. Sulfide, it's here, they are insoluble, but if it is with any one of them, it's soluble, so it's going to be soluble. So this will be my precipitate. Hope this is quite clear to you. So pause the video and try to solve this one. +3 -1 +1 -3. Switch. AlPO4 plus NaNO3, balancing 1Al, 1Al, 1PO4, 1PO4, 3Na, so I'll put 3 here, 3Na, 3NO3, all right. Now I will, so equation is balanced, so PO4 is insoluble when it is with, so it is with not with any one of them, so it is insoluble. So this is going to be my solid. NO3 is here, they are all soluble, there's no exception, so it will be my aqueous. Finally, the last equation, group 2 +2, polyatomic ion -1, group 1 +1, sulfate -2, switch. So CaSO4 plus NaOH. You can use crisscross method to find the correct formula. Then you have 1 calcium, 1 calcium, 1 sulfate, 1 sulfate, 2 Na, so I'll put 2 here, 2 OH, 2 OH. Assign them the physical states. Sulfates. Sulfate is with calcium, so it is insoluble, so it's going to be my solid. OH is insoluble, but it is with OH, so it is going to be soluble. So practice as many as reactions possible, and it's a double replacement reaction. Double replacement, displacement, one and the same thing. So hope that will help you.